All right, y'all. So we got Oi Scuti by Young Thugger. You know what I mean? And then we got the last one by Gunna. You feel me? I'm gonna let y'all know what I like about both albums. So let's start off with the last one by Gunna. Now, when I listen to Gunna, right, there's a feeling of only the strong will survive, right? When I listen to him, you got to be strong, right? You got to be healthy. You got to get in shape. You got to deal with adversity, right? And if you do that, you'll come out looking like Gunna. You'll come out on top, regardless. Just don't give up, right? So that's the kind of initial feeling that I get from listening to Gunna. The songs on the project that stuck out to me the most are "Forever Be Mine" featuring Wizkid. That song's more so for the ladies, but you can still play it. We also got "We Getting Fucked Tonight" featuring Burna Boy. That's just a smash, right? You can play that for various reasons. We also got "At My Purest" featuring Offset, which is my personal favorite on the whole project. I just feel like sonically, that song's innovative. I feel like that's some shit that we ain't never heard. Like the beat, how they playing around, the lingo. I just feel like it's just something special. And then also I love Sock by Say. I love the fact that he paid tribute to the Haitians and shit like that. The Haitians is solidified in these streets, and I think that was a good gesture by Gunna. So I can't say nothing bad about Gunna's project, but I can say that he should have collaborated with more U.S. artists. I felt like the African thing is good too, but I feel like like you gotta give us that American shit. I feel like there's something in America that is kind of like true to us, and I feel like Gunna kind of leaned more towards an international sound, which is fine. But I feel like if you kind of you know stick to what we like, either way they gonna fuck with it because we the trendsetters. You know what I'm saying? Now, Young Thug's Ui Scooty, when I listen to it, the initial feeling I get is vulnerability, right? The initial feeling I get is a reminder because this is the first time he's dropped. So it's been a while since his last project. And I feel like a lot of people forgot how he sound, like, forgot what he could do. And, the couple last songs that he put out, that were, in response to everything that was going on, they were considered leaks and they weren't really mastered to their full, capability. So the fact that he was able to, kind of freestyle situations like he got the Whoop De Doo record, that's new. You know what I'm saying? That's not something that's been in the tank for a long time. He had to make that real quick and it fit on the album, and he did amazing on it. He also has a record with Mariah the Scientist. That shit go crazy. They in a real tough spot right now, and that's real love music right there. You feel me? Like they really, kicking it. He also got a record with 21 Savage, Walk Down. That shit go hard as fuck as usual. And most importantly, he got a record with YF and Lucci called "What's Up, Jesus." You know what I'm saying? What up, Jesus? Excuse me. And when you listen to that record, that's a stop the violence type of record, and that's powerful. If music is a feeling, right? What better feeling can you get from music than peace? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't we listen to music for peace, right? Peace of mind. A lot of the time. So, for him to make a record with somebody that he was at odds with, and that's gonna stop casualties, it's gonna stop violence, and that's gonna set a good example for the youth and the community. That's the best record to me on the project. You know what I mean? There's several other records on there. I got Dope's Crazy, and the production's A1. And I like that, Young Thug was very versatile as always, and he was able to show different things. He also has a record with T.I. where T.I. kind of breaks things down and he lets people know about adversity and how, when you the one, that shit ain't gonna work. You smell me? So between the two, I gotta give it to Young Thug just because I feel like the message is way more powerful. I feel like Gunna definitely, did what he had to do, and I feel like he performed amazingly. But, you know, with what's going on right now with Young Thug, for him to stop, all that shit and say, yo, we got to be better human beings alongside with Lucci. I got. That's something that is priceless. That's something that hasn't really been done. You feel me? Like niggas who had like damn near, not damn near a war. You feel me? Stop the violence on the track. You know what I'm saying? Like that sent shockwaves through my body. That was a very positive feeling that I was able to receive based on these two brothers coming together and setting an example for the community, especially the black community. We got a lot of shit that goes on in the urban areas, so That's how I feel. You feel me? I feel like, Young Thug took it home. You may feel differently and you entitled to feel how you feel, but I just feel like, what is a better message? What is a better feeling than peace? Stopping the violence, stopping wars. What is better than that? You know what I mean? So I got to give it to Young Thug, man. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. You feel me? Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. The Crib!